La lumière aussi.
Yeah, so it's up to you to present your country's energy sources.
Okay, so in Poland, green energy is a very popular topic. Many scientists organize special debates about it. We can see TV programs that are dedicated only for this. And even regular people discuss about it in normal conversations. It's mainly because the presence of energy produced from the renewable sources is, if we compare it to the other sources of energy produced in Poland, it will be a very small amount, because our country, based on energy produced from coal and lignite, as we can see on this diagram, this coal and lignite is almost 90% of all energy produced in Poland. Then we have other types of energy, but green energy is near 4% of all energy produced in Poland, so it's not much, but well, to better look at green energy in Poland, we can, I want to look from the point of the law. So the Government Act from the 10th of April 1997 about energy law contains definition of renewable sources of energy as source used in the processing of wind energy, solar, geothermal, wave, tidal, fall of rivers and biomass, landfill biogas, and the biogas produced in the process of sewage disposal and treatment of decomposition of plant and animal remains. And that explains how renewable energy is from the law in Poland. And now we can look at this diagram, which contains how green energy is in Poland. I mean, the 58% of the green energy produced in Poland comes from the windmills. Then we got hydropower with 16%, biomass with 22%, biogas with 4%, and 0.03% of photovoltaics. For photovoltaics. And well, the prognosis is that in 2030 green energy will be 15% of all energy produced in Poland. So that's good prognosis, and people in Poland are very happy about it. That in Poland there is more and more green energy and less using coal, because coal is very toxic and for the earth. So in Poland, Polish people want to make our country less toxic for the earth. And that will be all. Thank you very much.
Here in Italy, we use a lot of energy sources. This came mostly from just fossil fuels like coal and gas, which constitute the 15 and the 33% of the, as you can see here. But here you will notice that 21% of production is made of hydroelectric power plants. We've got a lot of hydroelectric power plants because we have a lot of rivers. The most important is Ronco Grande power plant, as you can see here. So maybe you've noticed that we have not nuclear power plants, because back in the 1987 it was banished by a referendum. For our future in Italy, some projects start in order to optimize the energy consumption. Here are the symbol of some smart cities, and it's a project for optimize the consumption of Italy energy. So we use a lot of wind energy or solar or sun energy, and that's all.
Thank you. Attends, qui t'écoute.
We made 3 posters with 6 kind of energies. On all posters you can see a picture with the working principle, like that. The part, the localization in France, and the part in the French energy production in percentage. Here. On the first poster, in France we mostly use nuclear power. It represents 77% in the French production. There are lots of storage and nuclear power plants in France, you can see here. And we try to develop the green energy such as wind power, hydropower, geothermal energy, and solar energy, but it represents just a little bit of the French production. We not use a lot of fossil energies like with coal, petrol, gas. But you know, in France we have an action that by 2020 the target is to increase the use of renewable green energies. Thank you.
Okay.
Our presentation is on Germany's energy mix in 2014, and this is our poster. Okay, energy resources like crude oil, natural gas, coal and uranium have become essential not only for everyday life, but also for the economy. They supply us with electricity and heat, are used as fuel and are processed into numerous products. They are fundamentally important to keep the economy running and to maintain our living standard. More than 90% of the German primary energy consumption is based on these fuels. The large potential of geothermal energy contributes an only limited amount of the energy supply for the time being. The far greatest share of fuels consumed in Germany, though, is imported from foreign countries. Today, already 97% of the crude oil, 86% of the natural gas, and in the meantime, about 79% of the coal consumed in Germany is imported. The dependency on the import of fuel will probably increase in future. However, it is generally accepted from a geological view that the amount of the fossil energy resources are limited, although it is a matter of debate how many resources are left. The task of fossil fuels is to bridge the gap for a secure transfer and energy supply which is based on renewable energy.
The renewable energy in Germany is the most innovative and successful around the world. The share of energy produced from renewable energy increased from 6.3% in 2000 to 26.2% in the first half of 2015. In 2014 it has been to 25.8%. That was more than the percentage of the energy produced by lignite-fired power plants, as you see here. The target of Germany is to produce 35% of renewable energy in 2020. In 2010, 370,000 people in Germany worked in renewable energy sectors, especially in small and medium-sized companies. Since 2012, the use of renewable energy has caused increasing energy prices and grid instability induced power outages.
The Republic of Mali is served by coal or nuclear power station, but we also use renewable energy sources. The main producer is the company Chess, which are a lot of power stations. The biggest station is Dukovany and Temelin, and these are nuclear power stations. We have also 13 terminal power stations. It's not. That's a different thing. And 5 huge water power stations. So like this, like water. And a lot of other smaller ones. And we also use wind power stations like this, which are situated on the tops of mountains, and solar power stations, which are near our houses. The most used renewable energy resource is biomass. It's this biological material derived from living or recently living organisms, for example wood. The wind power stations aren't typical for our country because there aren't so many windy areas and building of the wind power station, and is it very expensive. The solar energy can be used by everyone. There are large fields of solar panels near towns, and people and institutions install them on the roofs of their homes or buildings. We have also water power stations, which are located in big rivers like Flava or Vltava, Bordeaux. That's all.